Okay, imagine this. You're 91 years old, and you're still on magazine covers, still walking runways, just timeless elegance.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Totally. Today, we're doing a deep dive into someone who actually makes that a reality. Carmen Dell'Orefice. She's known as the world's oldest working supermodel.
An absolute icon. Born way back in 1931, discovered, get this, at 13 on a bus going to ballet class.
Wow, 13.
Yeah. And by 15, she was already on the cover of Vogue, the youngest ever.
15.
And now, I mean, it's over 76 years later, and she's still completely captivating. Those cheekbones, that hair, her whole presence, it's just graceful.
And you asked us to unpack her secrets, right? The nuggets of knowledge from Carmen herself about health, longevity, living well.
Exactly. And it's not just, skin creams or diets, that we'll get into that.
Right. It's more about self-care, definitely resilience, and this, well, surprising way of thinking about living fully at any age.
A whole philosophy.
So, okay, let's unpack Carmen's approach, starting with the canvas, her skin.
Yeah. Let's start there.
I mean, she's over 90, and her skin is still remarkably clear, soft. Women half her age would kill for that skin. It really is something to see.
It is. And what's really interesting, I think, is how open she is about, well, enhancements.
Oh, right. She doesn't hide it.
Not at all. She talks, quite frankly, about using silicone injections regularly for decades to enhance her bone structure.
Decades, yeah.
And she also had this procedure she called fearsome-sounding medical dermabrasion, almost 50 years ago now, to deal with wrinkles, sun damage.
So she's up front. It gives you the full picture, doesn't it? It's not pretending it's all natural.
Exactly. It sets the stage. Honesty first, and then you get to her daily habits.
Like the moisturizing. That seems key.
Absolutely. Her mantra, moisturize, moisturize, moisturize.
And she says she uses anything that comes to hand.
Pretty much. It's not about some miracle product. She emphasizes consistency, just doing it every day.
So the real secret isn't the cream. It's the discipline, the daily commitment.
That's it. Consistency is king. Even with simple things. It can be the ultimate anti-aging tool.
And that discipline includes sunscreen, right, which is huge.
Oh, massively important. And science really backs this up. Harvard Medical School recommends it, not just for preventing skin cancer, but for anti-aging effects, too.
I remember reading about a study.
Yes. The Annals of Internal Medicine one. Groundbreaking stuff. They followed over 900 people for 4 years.
And the daily sunscreen users
experienced 24% less skin aging. 24%. Compared to people who only use it sometimes.
Wow. That's significant.
Huge. And what's really encouraging is that even people who started using it daily in their 40s and 50s still showed reduced signs of aging. So it's like never too late to start.
Which totally validates Carmen's habit. It's simple but powerful.
Precisely. And speaking of simple, her makeup philosophy fits right in.
Right. She keeps it minimal.
Very minimal. Basic, only for work, for professional stuff. She wants her skin to breathe.
Makes sense.
And there's a dermatologist, Dr. Green, who points out something interesting. It's not usually the makeup itself that ages skin.
Oh, what is it then?
It's more that certain ingredients can build up. They can trap oils, sweat, and that can lead to skin looking dull, uneven, kind of aged over time.
Ah, okay. So letting skin breathe, like Carmen does when she's off duty, helps avoid that buildup.
Exactly. It lets the skin maintain its natural clarity.
It's compelling how she balances accepting herself, including the enhancements, with these really practical, consistent things like sunscreen.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about what we even mean by beauty secrets.
Yeah, totally.
It's not just what you put on, it's what you avoid, the habits you stick to, day in, day out.
And that idea that it's about consistency and nurturing, that seems to carry over into how she fuels her body, too.
Absolutely. Which brings us nicely to the engine, as you called it.
Right. Segment 2, diet and movement. She's tall, 5'11", 180 centimeters, and still remarkably slim at 91. How does she manage that without, strict rules?
Well, that's the fascinating part. No strict diet. No calorie counting. She says she eats to her appetite. And she genuinely loves food, both eating it and cooking it.
So intuitive eating, basically.
Very much so. And she's creative with it. Like she mentions, if she finds spinach too watery, she won't just eat it like that. She'll braise it herself, or maybe eat it raw, making it work for her.
Adapting it. I like that.
Yeah. It's about enjoyment and nourishment on her own terms.
Does she have any, daily food rituals?
A couple, yeah. She always starts the day with water and lemon juice. Simple. And she eats plenty of probiotic yogurt.
Good for the gut.
Definitely. But the number one thing for her, water. just plain water.
Hydration always comes up.
Always. She says she drinks ample amounts, always has water nearby, especially when she's exercising. She even has this little tell. If her eyes feel dry, she knows she needs more fluids.
That's so tuned into her body.
Isn't it? And okay, prepare yourself for this one. The sweet treat.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
Ice cream.
No.
Yes. She loves ice cream, keeps plenty in the freezer. She calls it a feeling of security.
A feeling of security. That's brilliant.
Well, she actually said, one would think clothes would do it for me, but no, it's ice cream.
Huh. I love that. It's so human. It's not about total denial.
Not at all. It's finding that balance, enjoying things.
Okay, so that's diet. What about exercise? She mentions metabolizing food well, which is interesting, right? Because metabolism generally slows down after 60.
It does, typically. But she seems to counteract that with, again, gentle, consistent care.
Like walking.
Exactly. A regular 30-minute walk every day with friends, which is nice.
Social aspect, too.
Right. And she notes all the benefits: cardiovascular health, bone strength, muscle tone, endurance. And the best part, no special gear needed. It's free. It's accessible.
Makes it sustainable, doesn't it?
Totally key to longevity, making movement just a normal part of life.
And she does other gentle stuff, too. Stretching, breathing.
Yeah, really tuning into her body. Her morning routine is quite something. She rolls to check her hips, bends her knees, does leg ups. She literally says hello to different parts of her body.
Saying hello to her body. I like that imagery.
Me too. And she drinks water right after stretching because her throat gets dry. Her morning also involves putting the kettle on, tuning her old 19 radio, she specifies the model, to good jazz.
Nice.
And then hopping on an indoor bike until the kettle boils.
It's a whole ritual.
But here's the crucial bit. She's flexible. It's a routine, but not rigid. If her body isn't feeling it or needs something else, she makes an on-the-spot decision.
Listening to her body again.
Constantly. Observing what worked, what didn't, adjusting. Right. That's how she avoids injury. Stays healthy gracefully. It's like her body isn't a machine she's forcing. It's a partner she's listening to.
Whether it's exercise or food, or even that scoop of ice cream.
Exactly. It's a masterclass in intuitive well-being.
Okay, this really deepens the picture. Let's move to the spirit, mind, purpose, and, well, connections.
Yeah, the inner life, which seems just as important.
She uses breathing exercises, right, for stress. Refuses to just succumb to pressure.
Right, values her individuality. Says she can't be her best self if she's just following someone else's rules or regime. Makes sense after 70 years in fashion.
Definitely. And that mind-body connection is huge for her.
Oh, yeah. Decades of experience taught her. Body feels better, brain feels better. Simple as that. She uses deep breaths to manage pain, control anxiety, instead of panicking.
That resilience must be a cornerstone of her career.
Absolutely. And she mentions preparation, too. Researching before going into unknown situations. That mental preparedness probably helps a lot.
And it's not just work, work, work. She has hobbies.
She does.
Yeah.
Sewing is one, apparently, she learned from her mother, who's a seamstress. They used to make clothes together when they were poor, even earn money from it.
Wow, that adds another layer.
Doesn't it? And she loves photography, too. Finding inspiration outside of her main career. Creative outlets seem key.
Helps her unwind, find fulfillment.
Right. And this focus on a full life leads us to, well, her views on her intimate life.
Okay, yeah. She's remarkably open about this.
Incredibly candid. When asked if she's still, intimate,
yeah,
she basically said, of course. Why would I give that up?
I read she said, I would not give that up as I wouldn't give up breathing.
Exactly. That's how essential she feels it is.
And she has that analogy, the Rolls Royce.
Yes. That you have to turn the motor on occasionally, keep it running smoothly, so when you want to drive the car, it's ready.
It's such a practical yet evocative way to put it.
It is. She also thinks people often approach intimacy through the wrong doorway, and that society kind of tells older people it's not for them.
But she thinks we're just undersatisfied.
Her words. She sees intimacy as adding richness, excitement. She describes it like a wonderful wave building and finally hitting the shore. Just fabulous.
A very positive, unapologetic embrace of that whole side of life.
Completely. And her view of love itself is really broad.
She still has crushes, even now.
Claims to have a love interest to this day. She says, I love my relationships, and I don't have a set idea of what they should be. It's about living out what's there. The dance of need.
The dance of need.
Yes.
Daily, weekly, yearly.
If geographically possible. And then she adds, almost everything in life, less is more, except love.
Wow. That's quite a statement.
Isn't it? And she's realized love isn't just romantic partnership.
She talks about soulmates and friendship.
Exactly. Well, she felt she got pretty close to that ideal with her last husband. Marriage, intimacy, lust, the whole package. She also found you can have that deep soulmate connection in friendships, too.
So it's a very expansive, rich, emotional life she cultivates.
Truly. It challenges all those narrow ideas about aging, doesn't it?
It really does. So when you put it all together,
Yeah.
the skin, the diet, the movement, the mind, the purpose, the relationships, the intimacy, it's a whole picture.
A truly holistic approach.
What does her candor, especially about things like intimacy, challenge us to think about regarding, societal norms?
Well, it raises big questions, doesn't it? About what we think is possible, or even proper, as we age. Carmen's view, her openness, her broad definition of love, it forces us to consider how vital our mental and emotional well-being are for genuine longevity.
It's not just physical health.
Not at all. It's a powerful lesson in self-acceptance, in living authentically, on your own terms, regardless of age.
So recapping our deep dive today, we've looked at Carmen Dell'Orefice's really unique fix, practical self-care like the sunscreen.
That intuitive listening to our body, the gentle movement, the ice cream.
Mental resilience, dealing with stress, finding joy in hobbies.
And that incredibly expansive, unapologetic view on love, connection, intimacy. It's all connected.
And when people ask her about retiring,
she just says no. Simple as that. She wants to enjoy every single day, and work is part of that enjoyment for her.
That positive outlook, that resilience, it's seen her through a lot, hasn't it? 3 marriages, losing all her money twice in investments.
Yeah, major challenges. And yet she continues with such grace.
Her life really makes you think. Maybe true youthfulness isn't about trying to look 59 when you're 91.
Maybe it's more about how deeply you engage with life itself.
Yeah. Your body, your mind, your relationships, your passions.
Yeah.
Just fully engaging.
So the final thought for you listening. What aspect of Carmen's deep dive makes you reconsider your own approach to living fully right now, whatever your age?